Okay, I'm gonna make a quick brother, a quick VD. Boy, have I made enough of those. No more. That was a joke. I've never made a quick VD. Or a slow, well, let's just, alright, moving on. I'm going to make a video. Let's see where we are looking guitar-wise, because you guys say, why do I only see you, or either the top of your head, or just the guitar, or, you know, everybody's got, you know, but Trey, who's a friend of mine, and I think somebody else who is a friend, has mentioned it. So, if a friend mentions it, I'll do something about it. Everybody else, take a leap. Alright, got it. And this one I'm dedicating to my new friend, the manager at Kmart in Burbank. It's called FUAD. And it's some foreign love spell or something. You know, just spell it out. I think fluid or something. Fluid? F-U-A-D. It's actually F-Y-A-D, but, you know, we're getting technical now. Oops. Not too technical, though. Alright. Down, down, down. Let's get this at least semi... is that good? Yeah, because I want you to see the guitar. The guitar is the star. I mean, they're right there. Look at those babies. A black, beautiful black Randy Rhoads, and then a beautiful, both Jacksons, and a beautiful custom, whatchamacallit, Randy Rhoads Jackson. I guess they're just called the Randy Rhoads model because they don't call them the Concorde, and you don't want to think of a flaming plane going down, you know, killing a bunch of poor people, so they call it the Randy Rhoads, and they should, because he designed it. What they did, I don't know if you heard the story, but when he went down, because he wasn't happy with the Sandoval, and in fact, Carl Sandoval, when he made the guitar, Randy said, I want a flying V, something, you know, pretty, you know, cool, something that no one has. My trademark is polka dots, so if you can make it polka dots, and you know, I've read the interview from Carl Sandoval. He says, it was the stupidest job I ever made. He says, I hated making that guitar, because he said he wanted a neck like a Les Paul, but he wasn't going to go buy a Les Paul and rip the neck off of it. So he said the closest thing was a Dan Electro. Did that, ripped the neck off the Dan Electro. Randy didn't like the way that neck was either. A Dan Electro neck? Those things are crap. He just wanted a wide neck. So that's what he threw together. A Dan Electro neck. He did the custom. The only thing he did cool, Sandoval, was the way he made the headstock, which is a trademark now. Everything else is, and that's why when people go, oh, you should get a Sandoval. When I was taking lessons from Randy, or he was still alive, if I would have walked in and said, look at my new guitar, and it was a friggin' polka dot V, he'd say, don't you have your own brain or imagination? He wouldn't say that was cool. He never did. When I wrote my own songs, when I came up with my own licks, or when I did something that was, you know, he would teach me something, or I'd do something, and it was something that I came up, he wouldn't stop. Do that. Practice it. Learn it. That's you, man. That is you. That's you coming out of the guitar. So, I got 2 guitars built by Sandoval. Neither of them a V, because one, he's not that good. He's good at putting guitars together. So what I did is I said, I want a certain body, but I know who makes it. I want a sugar maple star body. Mighty Mite makes it. I'll order it. I'll bring it to you. I want a 78 Fender neck. I want, you know, I wanted, yeah, I found out what basically Randy had, and I'd ask everybody who I thought sounded cool, and I'd find out, so I got everything right. So I had a PAF pickup that wasn't hooked up, like Eddie's wasn't hooked up, but he just had crap. Had a super distortion that he potted for me, because everybody was doing it. He hated doing that too, but he did it. He would do it, and he was good. That thing would not friggin', I mean, I'd have to stand in front of the friggin' amp or right in front of the monitor to get the feedback. But that he did a good job, and I think he did it or he sent it out. I don't know. And then he put it all together, set it up, and had the paint done, which is white. It's online. It's on Facebook. Go to Michael Douglas Skewes, S-K-E-W-E-S, on Facebook. Look through my photos, the guitars, and you'll see a white, or some of them I'm playing in my old bands, like Trick or Treat. I'm putting that video back up, so whatever your name is, you got shot at, or Mandy. Yeah, Mandy, you owe me money, buddy, because you stole something from me, and I would like it back. And either you're not going to give it back, I know that, or money. $350. So that's why I didn't get a Sandoval, because he's not that good. So everybody's like, dude, you need to get a Sandoval. No. I'll get a friggin' Jackson. And look at this. This would be the obvious outcome of his, because he loved this shape. The trouble is, when he made it, what Grover did, because someone said, you got to go down on Grover, he will work with you, he'll do everything. He gave him a block of maple, or whatever it was, and he said, make the guitar, draw it out, here's a pencil, here's a ruler, blah, 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 and he drew the Concord shape. Exactly. I don't know about the neck, because then that would have been, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. He might have put on a different neck, or like the same neck on his Flying V. I don't know. I gotta try to look into that. But anyways, that's what he did. And they put the the toggle switch up here, which they don't do anymore because they just don't. And it's kind of inconvenient, but it looks cool. So, because I have another one of these. I have a San Dimas. It was like one of the first 150. I don't know. I took it down to Grover, and I said, dude, I want a thing put up here. He goes, well, if you look, the body goes to here. We had a lot of room to work with. So the jack was here. He goes, if we put one here, we could put it right here. And I just wire it right down, and boom. I go, cool. So I was going to do it, but I kept putting it off because I thought, well, he'll be around forever. He ain't going. And he is around. Oh, I don't. My string's broken. Dang it! That's the only bad thing about. Well, here's the back. Here's this. And look at it. I got the friggin' polka dot. This. And this is signed. Every guitar is signed by a different member of the Rhoads family. This is his sister. Right here. She signed it. She signed the this. So the Flying V knockoff, the third one ever made from Jackson, not a knockoff. That would be what, if Randy was alive, he would have gone back to Jackson and say, make me a new Flying V. Put on one of those, because he was waiting for this. This was being made. It was everybody was rushing because everybody wanted to do all that crap, and they couldn't because it would. As soon as they did it, if the guitar stayed in tune, great. If it didn't, they needed one right away, so they could give it to the roadie. He could tune it, and he'd be ready for the next song. So he was waiting. The natural progression would have been that, and that's what Grover said. Randy was talking to him. He says, "Dude," he says, "Man, I want Jax. I want you to together my next polka dot V. I like the V. I like the polka dot V. That's like my signature. I want this and the polka dots to be my signature. And this would have been out. And this, and also it would have come down because he hated having to do this. He was doing this because the body was up here. So he's doing this crap. He hated it. So this is a natural progression. So as you can see, this is priceless. It's a bolt-on. But I don't care because it's a great playing guitar. And she started to sign it, Randy, and she goes, "Oops, Kathy Rhoads." I go, "That is even cooler." And she had a whole thing there at her little wine tasting place, and so I got the little plaque here, or the little the plate here, and this is a great guitar. Dang it, I wish I could play for you guys, but I'm losing a string, and if you don't have a string on your guitar and you have this, you're screwed. So let me find this. I've done enough yapping. I've got a lot to say. I'm very nervous. I haven't slept really very well. I kind of got in trouble, and it's not my fault at all. Basically, something happened, and I'm completely innocent of it. It's nothing big. I'll tell you, basically, it's quick. And I don't know if you didn't know it, but somebody at a stupid little store said that I tried to steal a stick of deodorant, or a can of deodorant. How? And why? It's stupid. It made me, I'm so mad. I'm telling you, I can't sleep. I haven't been able to sleep in a week almost. I've been so upset. But everybody says, don't worry, because first off, a cop that came in arrested me in the store. I wasn't even close to the front door. So he knew what he was doing. And he's a friend of mine, my sister, or he went out with my sister in high school. And he kept saying, don't worry about it, this will be knocked down. But things got worse and worse because it got later and later. And the later it gets, when you call a judge, he starts to get mad. And he starts to, everything goes up. Send him to county. So they were going to send me away. It was a mess. So I'm like freaking out. But I've talked to several lawyers, and they all go, there's no case here. Don't worry about it. The only thing you could worry about is if you got some crazy judge that doesn't know what he's doing, or he's having a bad day, or the DA is having a bad day and doesn't know what they're doing. Which I've had happen, believe me. it out. I can't stand it anymore. So, okay, you know what I just realized? This isn't signed. It's a beautiful guitar, but I haven't had anybody sign it. Randy's mom signed the polka dot V. Sister signed that one. His brother, Doug, or Kelly, signed the white San Dimas that I had the toggle switch moved up to here. 1, 2, 3. Randy's not here. But I do have his signature on a card. I could have a... No. I don't know. Anybody have any ideas? Ozzy signed the one that Randy's mom signed, so... Rudy Sarzo. That would be good, huh? He was in the Blizzard of Oz. Or Bob Daisley or any, whatever. But I would have Bob Daisley sign it because he was a big influence on those two albums. The trouble is, the only one that would give him credit for it isn't here anymore. Randy would be in the studio, which was a barn, 7 in the morning, you know, with a cigarette, trying to get the right sound, because he had, you know, 3, 4 new Marshalls, custom built for him from Marshall. He was in England. He went to Marshall, told Jim Marshall exactly what he wanted. He got it, because he says, I want my own sound. This is my sound. This is what I'm looking for. If you could do this, that, and he did it. And it sounded pretty good. It was his sound. He had a sound. And by the time of the Die Over a Madman tour, the live stuff, that was a Randy Rhoads sound. He would, if you heard it from all these other guitars, he did it. He finally got the sound. Love that sound. And that is also what made me say, you know what? Effects are good. Because I used to be totally anti-effect. Only because I was a dumb kid and believed that Eddie Van Halen in an interview said he didn't use effects, he didn't need them, it was all him. Bull! He had a flanger, flanger. He was running through an EQ. He had all that crap done. He had the Variac. He had the Phase 90 running through at all times, which I do, very low. If you listen to it when I play, you'll hear it. I'll do like a watch. When you're doing those high, you know, like Randy, Eddie always did. Randy's got a totally different sound from the first album. The second album doesn't even sound the same. The first album, without a doubt, is the best guitar sound ever. And the only one that's come close to him is me. And I would have to say in the top 5 live Mick Mars, before they started before he got money and started doing things, when he had his original Marshalls, those things were evil sounding. And I begged him to tell me what he did. And he told me the same thing the guy, Rick Chaddock and his white sister did. He says, all I do is I go in and I tell the guy, because they got things, they got little, you know, to adjust the bias on the, where the tubes. So they're all, you know, biased. He says, I have them crank the bias on the preamp tubes a little bit so they run hotter, they burn hot. They go through them faster, but you get that that growl. That's all Eddie was doing. But he would turn everything up, have all these effects running out behind, so it was like, so it looked like he was running from the guitar right into an amp, and then out of the amp into a buttload of effects, out of the effects into a power amp, out of the power amp into the variac, or was it? I think it was in the and then into the variac, then the power amp, and then the speaker cabinets. And then he had the variac turned down to 90, something like that, so he wouldn't blow everything to hell. And he still would run through crap, but he would lie just to lie to throw people off his track. But eventually, everybody figured it out, and it's all nothing. It's really the way he played. He doesn't know what he never took a lesson, so he plays like this. So he can do this and then do that. What the hell? I can't do there's my story and there's everything. Oh, but I was trying to tell you that, so I'm innocent because, see, I walk into the cane, go back to the store. I walk into the store with a cane, so I have a cane. I'm supposed to hold 3 cans of deodorant and a frame, a picture frame I bought for my grandfather right there, great-great-great-grandfather. So I'm trying to carry that, so I put the 2 cans, and I could get those, but the third one is rolling around. I put that in my pocket. Then I go down the aisle, and I use Fusion, those Sharp Fusion, whatever, razors. For 8 of them is like 35 to 40 bucks. They had a special that said it was 12 bucks. So I grabbed it. And there was someone that broke in the lock, and there was, you know, Hispanic and Armenian women and men raiding it. Why they picked me out of the crowd? Because I walked away. I took the one last one that said 8, and I walked down the aisle, and I looked at it. I'm like, cool. And then I looked, turning it around, and it had been open a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm like, well, and I turn around, and I go, well, it looks like it's all there, but if they slipped one out, or if they slipped it out, but how do they get it out without the razor? Because you have to have your razor to click in there and pull it out. So I'm thinking, whatever. So I pull it down. It's already open. I lift it up, and the bottom 2 are gone. So it's 6, not 8 now. And I'm like, oh, hell. So I just figured, you know what, I'm going to take it to community or customer service when I'm on my way out. And I'll say, listen, do you have any more of these? If not, forget it. I'll go somewhere else and buy some CVS where I go, and they're cool there, and they would help me. Everything would have been fine. But I didn't. I put it in my pocket with the deodorant hanging out. It's hanging out, the 1 can. The other 2 cans, batteries, and everything I'm holding. Go to the back of the store to check on something. It's not there. I turn around to start to come, and then they come and surround me. 3 guys that work there. Like I'm I'm going to go anywhere. I got a cane. I can't run. I'm a cripple. So they surround me, and I'm thinking, oh, this is a joke. This is one of those jokes. They go, do you know why we're doing this? We're arresting you. I go, prank? He goes, no, theft. I go, theft of what? I haven't even walked out of the store. He goes, well, we'll talk about it, blah, blah, blah. So they arrest me in the store before I did anything and read me my rights. I haven't exited the store. I didn't get a chance to go to complain about the erasers, to pay for anything. So this is all bull crap. It's all BS. And so I had to go to jail. Bail was $20,000. I had to get $2,000 bail out. Bullshit. So the Burbank cops, the guys were nice. The judge, I hope he's nice. The manager at the Kmart in Burbank on San Fernando was a son of a bitch. And he's going to get his day. I'm not saying anything, but he's going to get his. I'm not touching the guy, just so you know. I'm not going to ever touch him or anything. But he's not going to be happy. Alright, see you later. Look at these real close, real quick, because they're home, actually. I can't believe it, but they're home. And here it is. And goodbye. Goodbye.